Good evening, everybody. I'm sure all of you have enjoyed watching those videos of our history, the history of Lionism since 1917. Uh, you might have already noticed that this is one change that we've made to our setup. And then earlier in the first two series, we used to have some songs and all that. So in SkillUP 3.0, we thought, why should not we share some videos that are readily available to us on YouTube and on our website. So that's the first change that we've made. So welcome to this program. In the next 1 minute, we are going to start the program. This is about to be 9. So good evening and welcome to SkillUP 3.0. I welcome every one of you who are already there. I'm extremely happy that SkillUP 1.0, SkillUP 2.0 over the last 2 years have been extremely successful. And before I launched this 3.0, I was a little hesitant to start this relaunch this program because I was a little worried about the attendance. The attendance was thinning down gradually, and I did not know whether I should continue this or not. So I conducted a poll. Unfortunately, the response was overwhelming. Everybody wanted it to continue. And that's why we are here with the SkillUp 3.0. So I told you I am extremely happy. After I conducted that poll and realized that there was a great demand for this, I also invited applications for LCIPs to make presentations in this series. Again, the response to was extraordinarily overwhelming. So there were too many applications, and I could not accommodate all of them in this fortnightly format. But maybe we will plan to have additional slots during the year in case it's convenient to all of us, and seeing the response. Maybe if the response is good, if the attendance is good, let's have more such slots in future. So once again, I welcome you to this program. So I told you quite a lot of times that the main objectives of this SkillUp series is to create a platform for the LCIPs. There are quite a lot of us. There are more than 700 in the world and roughly about 100 in ISAME area. So from the ISAME area, all the LCIPs are highly trained, certified trainers in Lionism. So we wanted to share the knowledge and the skills that we have with others. That's one of the main objectives of this program. And we also wanted to create a platform where FDIs and other trained graduates of Lions Clubs International to continuously help them upskill with lots of support material skills given during these programs. And at the same time, we also wanted to provide an opportunity for lions in general, not necessarily the trained ones, but any passionate lions, sometimes even non-lions who are joining us, to learn and to benefit from, because some of the topics that we've chosen relate not only to lions, but to everybody. Some of the skills relate to life skills, leadership skills, and soft skills. And that's why we thought, why should not we make it available to everybody? So this was the objective with which we started. And we had a series of presentations during the first year and another series of presentations during the second year. And this is the third year. We are starting with the 49th episode in SkillUp 3.0. So today we have two very, very, very important stalwarts of Lionism with us. And we are going to go to the main program a little later. I told you that another change that we have made is in the earlier series, we used to ask some volunteer lions to read out the code of ethics every time. So when we requested feedback on the programs, Lion Kshitij and a few other friends of mine suggested that instead of just reading out the ethics, we could ask somebody to explain any one of them in 2 or 3 minutes so that it will be more effective. So today I have requested Lion Vimla Ramkumar to explain the first item of the code of ethics to us. Lion Vimla, please unmute yourself and be ready. And here is the text for you. Please help us understand this in detail. This is the first code of ethics of Lions Clubs International. Vimla, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Please go ahead.
Greetings, everybody. Thank you, Lion nagaRAJU, for giving me this opportunity to start off the first of the Lions Code of Ethics with an easy explanation. To begin, I would like to split the first Code of Ethics into 3 parts to show my faith in the worthiness of my vocation. What does that mean? It is to understand that my job or profession is valuable and meaningful, and I will demonstrate that belief. The second part of the Code of Ethics, by industrious application. So how am I going to show my faith? By industrious application. That is to say, I will work hard, be diligent, and always put in effort. The third one, how and why, to the end that I may merit a reputation of quality of service. So, how am I going to achieve that? So, my goal would be to earn a good reputation by providing excellent and reliable service. So, we have broken that first Code of Ethics into 3 parts. I'll summarize it as a whole to show my faith in the worthiness of my vocation by industrious application, to the end that I may merit a reputation for quality of service. So summarizing this whole thing, I believe my profession is important, and therefore I need to work hard, and I will work hard and do my best to earn a reputation for providing high-end quality service. This Code of Ethics reflects a commitment to professionalism, dedication, and very important, integrity in one's work. So, to all of you, this is my understanding of the first of the Code of Ethics to show my faith in the worthiness of my vocation by industrious application, to the end that I may merit a reputation for quality of service. Thank you very much, Lion nagaRAJU, for this initiative. Thank you.
Thank you, Vimla. Thank you very much. In fact, this is an opportunity for all the FDIs in our ISAME area to come forward and participate in these programs by volunteering to do any one such small activity. Back to the basics is the title that we have given to this. So you can come forward to explain any one of the ethics or the objects or the slogan or any other idea relating to Lionism. So I think everyone appreciates how powerful this code is for everyone, not only for Lions, for everybody. All that this item on the Code of Ethics tells us is that be your best wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever field you're working in. So be your best is what it says, and I'm sure everybody benefits by following this. Thank you very much, Vimla. Thank you, everybody. So let's go on to the most important part of the program, the chief guest address, followed later by the speaker. So I don't think I need to tell you about the chief guest. He is the international president. He has given us a call to lead to serve and serve to lead. I think there isn't perhaps anybody in this audience who does not know Lion AP Singh, who has been elevated to the highest position in Lionism, the international president. So I'll tell you perhaps a few other things about him. After we hear him, I invite Lion AP Singh, international president, to address us.
Hello, my dear friends. It is such a pleasure to be able to connect with you, and especially that today is a great beginning of the season number 3 for SkillUP. When this series was started, many of us would have been apprehensive. To some extent, even I was apprehensive. What would happen during these various sessions which our good friend nagaRAJU was planning? But then as we went through the season 1 and the season 2, the series has really grown. It has grown with a purpose, and the series is really helping us move forward in our association to be able to have our Lions better prepared to serve the communities and to provide the leadership that is so much required by every community, by every country in the entire world. SkillUP, this wonderful initiative, is about what I could say about education, about empowerment, and about entertainment. It's about education because the various episodes that have been brought to us by the different presenters, if I'm not mistaken, it's about 47 or 48 episodes by about 37 presenters that's been brought to us, and each one of them a wonderful faculty in his or her own right. So when that individual prepares a presentation, that's a challenge to that individual. It's rather also a matter of pride and privilege for that individual to be invited to make a presentation to the other experts. So it's a platform where the experts speak to the experts, and it benefits the entire association. It is about empowerment because through this educative process, we empower our colleagues to develop, to sharpen their skills. There has to be a will that is required to sharpen the skill. The will is present in the participants of these events, but then the material has to be there, the content has to be there, and the content is so very well brought out by the various presenters. I have often said that in this century, what really distinguishes this century, there are two important things. The first is that in this century, Google is no more a noun. Google has become a verb. And that's what is evident even in this very session, because technology has become so much a part and parcel of our life. And we have really adapted and adopted technology even in the working of Lions clubs. And the second part is that this is a world of Wikipedia, no more of encyclopedia, where everybody contributes, everybody brings in the information, and the pooled information and the contributions of people like you and me, everybody bring further richness of content, which otherwise would not have been possible, even if a couple of experts or a team of experts were working on it, but working in isolation. So SkillUP is about bringing in that knowledge of the experts individually. 37 different experts have brought in their knowledge, their wisdom, their experience into it, and have opened up, provided new perspectives on various topics that are so important for the trainers. When we talk of trainers, it's actually about making our organization strong. It's actually about providing that additional muscle or adding the capacity to our Lions and the Lions clubs to be able to serve more. So it's about education, it's about empowerment, and it's about entertainment. Entertainment because of the manner in which each such episode is presented. There's this kind of a magnetic pull that is introduced in each session. There is an engagement part of it, and it acclimatizes us. It sends us a very clear message, even though some of us may have been presenting so often for so many years. It reintroduces that concept to us, that especially when we are using technology today and even in in-person sessions, engagement of the entire body of the participants, that is so important. Everybody needs to be drawn in because we are dealing with adults, and adult education is something which has very different characteristics. Everybody wants to learn, but nobody wants to be taught. It's to be imparted with that background where learning must take place, but it's not as if somebody's instructing. It's got to come through a dialogue. It's got to come through involvement and engagement, and that brings fun into the process of learning, of that empowerment that is taking place. So as I said, each of these sessions of SkillUP is about education, it's about empowerment, it's about entertainment, and that's what has contributed to the success of this series. nagaRAJU, thank you for having introduced this wonderful concept, and thank you for having followed up with it. Actually, consistency and persistence, that is the key to success in so many things that we do in our organization. We have seen these qualities in you, and everybody who's joining in for this season number 3, which we are starting today, let's just remember, it's all about leading to serve and serving to lead. And this has to circle back to the basics. The leadership development programs have to circle back to the basics, and the basics are that our clubs have to become strong. There has to be a good environment in our clubs. There has to be that environment that keeps and retains the members in our clubs. There has to be that environment that encourages participation by the members in their clubs, that promotes service, that makes our clubs relevant to our communities, and all that is interwoven through these learning sessions where we provide that education and the empowerment. So I wish you all the best. Thank you for this opportunity to be able to connect with you through this digital mode. And I'm sure season 3 will be successful, even at a higher pedestal than the first 2 seasons. Wish you all the best. Have a great time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. That has been really wonderful to have you here with us and then to give that wonderful, powerful message about this SkillUP program, how it benefits every one of us, and how this skilling is a part of the learnistic journey. That AP Singh, our international president, always has emphasized that leadership and service are they are not two separate things, they are inseparable. Service and leadership, they go together. This is something that he has very firmly believed in, and he has practiced it. And he also, after he has become the president of the International Association, he has given us a call on those lines. He has always encouraged Lions to lead by example, and whatever he walks his talk, and whatever he preaches, he practices first and tells others to do it. And with his very powerful motivational talks, he energizes us, and he has, shown us the way to genuine service. So most of his themes revolve around increasing membership, Mission 1.5, and other service areas. We look forward to something very big happening during his term in office as International President. The term has just begun, and we have a whole year to go, and we are expecting something miraculous to happen this year, not only just in terms of membership growth, but in many other areas as well. So that's where we move over to the next part of the present. We can just begin by discussing if collaboration promotes creativity, innovation, and all that. So maybe some of you, I'll allow you to unmute yourselves. If you raise your virtual hand, what we can do is you can tell everybody about what you think, whether we innovate more when we think individually, or when we think collaboratively, collectively, working together. Does it promote additional innovative abilities? Or when we think alone, are we better suited to innovate? I think there is already a hand risen. Shama, you can speak.
Yes, definitely, sir. I would believe that when there are too many minds, there are too many thoughts, and when we all come together, there is some innovation, some difference in what we think and what others think, and that would make a difference, because so many ideas, so many things we can know about different ideas, and that ideas, when implemented, we achieve a lot, sir. This is my belief.
Great. Thank you very much. Vandana, do you want to say something?
Collaboratively, if we discuss anything or if we do any program, it will collectively more amount of people they get benefited.
Correct.
In a
Thank you very
single
much.
platform, more services with more people.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can get, we can benefit them.
Yeah. May I request one or two of you to tell me of your experiences while working in a team? Did you achieve more? Something that you could not achieve individually because you are working in a team collaboratively. Did you think more creatively? Do you have any such experiences? Anyone? Can you recall a situation where you were short of ideas, you were short of creative thoughts, and suddenly because you worked along with other people, you had lots of creative ideas. I think Devendra Reddy would like to speak. Devendra, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you, sir, for giving me opportunity.
Yeah.
Actually, there is no doubt that when you work with the team, the product will be more and the quality of work also will be better. Because if I do only my work with my ideas, whatever may deeply I may think, whatever I know, in spite of all my knowledge, experience, and all that, still I need something more to get the work better and to achieve better results. So when we get so many people will be giving their ideas, and there will be a faster work because each person will be going ahead with his own help. So naturally, it will be better and the results will be better and the quality will be better of any work. So definitely, teamwork is far better than working singly. This is my idea, sir. Sir, I'm in US, sir. I'm participating this from the US. It is 11:30. We have started. 9 o'clock your time. Thank you.
There are people from different countries are participating now. Within ISAME itself, we have 14 countries and people across from all these countries are participating. Quite a lot of times, we have people from participating from other countries as well. Thank you very much for giving us your time.
No, because the program is so popular, naturally people would like to go wherever they are. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Maybe looking at the question, the same question slightly differently. Prakash, I'll call you in a minute. So looking at, from slightly different perspective, when we think, suppose we have lots of people working together, if they all have similar ideas, will that be an advantage or will that be a disadvantage? There can be 10 people in a team and 10 people think that they have the same ideas. Or they have different ideas. Both can be advantages and disadvantages. Handling people who think alike also is sometimes a problem. The handling people who think differently also can, give rise to problems. So how do we handle it? Prakash, you can just unmute yourself now.
So what we are talking about, sometimes it may be the positive and sometimes it may be the negative. That depends upon the topic or subject or what are the mission we are taking it. So generally, when the experience you are asking it, collaborative innovation is working together to create the new approaches or new solutions or new way of understanding. That is a collaborative approach. In the innovation also possible when single person innovates the new things and collaborative team will innovate in the better way if they understand the problem or task. So similarly, I had the different experiences, like as a council chairperson or the governor. Council chairperson, we organized one of the Lions Day celebrations, the big, massive gatherings in Lions in Hyderabad. We could able to do, we faced several challenges. If team is there, collaborative approach is there, we can resolve the problems, we can do it successfully. There is an innovative way we can think and do it. And we, along with you, we did some different related to the student empowerment, that is the adolescent empowerment program also, that of teamwork is more important, collaboration is more important in that we could able to reach the thousands of students and lakhs of students to empower them. Here we get the innovative ideas, what type of new things we can learn and understand and take to the students and their problems. Like that, the different approaches are possible. Here, the collaborative approach is that depends upon the task what we are taking up. Innovation is always possible here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. I think for those who do not know Lion Prakash Rao, Prakash Rao is a past council chairperson from multiple district 320. He is a $1 million donor to LCIF. He has started a project which is a hospice, which is coming up in Hyderabad. So we are very happy that he also is here with us. Going back to the topic, I think Lion Anil Toshniwal would like to speak. Lion Anil, are you there? I think you've dropped your hand. Anyway, in the meanwhile, let me tell you, see, there are quite a lot of discoveries, quite a lot of inventions that have been made by individuals. Typically, when we think of great discoveries, we think of an individual, somebody who contributed to different areas in science, different areas in different fields. So one individual has contributed highly creatively to human advancement. But at the same time, when we look at the various kinds of research that's happening in different fields of human life. So it's all a collective effort. Quite a lot of people, researchers, particularly scientists, they're all working together. Everybody adds a brick to it. Everybody adds a piece to it. And then to collectively, big inventions are happening. So, Elon Musk or whoever that is, they only establish companies. I don't think they do everything. So it's a lot of minds working together that contribute. So there are two ways of looking at it. I would like a few more of you to share your ideas, share your experiences, and maybe you can contradict this idea, you can contribute to this idea. I request other people to participate. Anil Toshniwal, you raised your hand. Uttam, yes, please. Uttam, you can
Yes,
go.
thank you, nagaRAJU, for starting off this new edition of SkillUP program. And yes, you are right that, and I have noticed there is also our ID Nazmul Haq, who has been elected recently, and I would like to express my congratulations to him from our side as well. And I would like to mention that specifically with regard to collaboration, why don't we also try to, let's say, that start some of the episodes of this in collaborative matter, one from not from the same multiple, but you see, taking one from different multiple and another from different multiple. So both of them will be presenting on the same matter by, you see, sharing their part-wise, you see, the sharing session. That is also possible. That will bring together the people from different multiples together in this SkillUP program.
Past International Director PID R Sunil Kumar has just joined us, and I invite him to this program. I don't think I need to introduce him to you. He's one of the most renowned, the most popular, the most sought after trainers around the globe across countries. We are very happy that he has given us time this evening. As I already told you, he's actually very hard pressed for time today, accompanying the past international president. I invite him to address us.
Thank you very much, nagaRAJU. Dear friends, and of course, our dear brother, ID Nazmul Bhai. Great to see you here as a director. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm sorry, dear colleagues, I've been on duty all the last 2 days. We have our past president, Frank Moore, in Hyderabad, and I was escorting him this evening. He's got to leave to the airport in an hour's time from now. But as we were driving back from an event, it was horrendous. The kind of rain that the city has faced was so much that we were stranded badly. Nevertheless, managed to come in and can't say no to an initiative like this, where all of us get to assemble. We talk about different subjects. We talk about different concepts. We share our thoughts and we are ready to learn. All of them put together is what actually makes the SkillUP Series 3 something outstanding. nagaRAJU has been very kind. Every time he starts a new series, he wants Sunil Kumar to be there. Perhaps he connects me with Sunil Gavaskar, who's always an opening batsman. And to be honest with you, I'm not a Gavaskar, but I've been an opening batsman. And I think that's an area that I always focus upon. There are a lot of advantages coming in first because the ground is clear. There's always more room for you to share fresh thoughts. And importantly, when subjects like the subject I've been assigned with today, collaborative innovation. I think it makes collaborate to innovate. It is interesting. So what I've done this time is I was sharing with nagaRAJU earlier during the day that I would like to talk and not present. There's a difference between talking and presenting. So when you present, your mind is fixed. When you present, you can't slip the slide and go to the next. When you present and keep referring to what's in front of you, like a PowerPoint or a few slides, then you're stuck with the routine that is already established. So when you talk about innovation, it's important that you go mind-free. Innovation and mind are very strongly related. So when you talk about innovation, you go mind-free. Allow me to start off with two very important quotes. And one is by Mother Teresa, and the other is by Lee Iacocca. I preferred somebody from India and somebody beyond. Mother Teresa said something very interesting, and that applies to all of us, especially when we talk about collaborating with each other to innovate. She said, I can do things you cannot. I can do things you cannot. You can do things I cannot. But together, we can do great things. Isn't that a great thought? I can do things you cannot. You can do things I cannot. Yes, all of us have this very collective skill in all of us. When I use the word collective, I mean all of us have it, but then we operate independently. Lee Iacocca said something very similar. He said a major reason capable people fail to advance. Now, he's not talking about incapable people. He's talking about capable people. He says a major reason capable people fail to advance is that they don't work well with their colleagues. Isn't that a big statement? Capable people not wanting to work with the colleagues carry some kind of a complex, some kind of an approach which is not really required in these days. And they fail because they don't want to learn from others. Collaboration, innovation are two very, very different verticals. We need to understand both of them. Long time ago, I remember publishing an article, collaboration, not just cooperation. 10, 12, 15 years ago, every single leader, most of the speakers used to always use the word cooperate. We need to cooperate. Let's cooperate. Teams must cooperate. In an organization, you use the word cooperation. And that's become redundant today. It's a world of interdependence. You know, we talk about dependence, we talk about independence, and we talk about interdependence. The last stage of dependence is interdependence. So when you look at interdependence, you cannot be alone in life. Absolutely. You need to learn from everybody else. So cooperation is no more a word where in cooperation, people may not interdepend on one another. They may work together, but they're not interdepending on one another. But in collaboration, yes, that interdependence makes both of them strong. If I interdepend on you and you interdepend on me, I think the ability of that bonding between both of us can actually create magic for all of us. So that's the quintessence, if I'm to use that right word, that's the quintessence of collaboration, interdependence. And when you talk about innovation, well, how is it different from creativity? I used to ask people, define creativity. Now I'm asking you, for a moment, think about it. I'm asking you a very simple question. And how can you respond to this question instantly? Start thinking about it. How would you word your response? I'm asking you a simple question. Define creativity. I know all our minds are starting. Hey, what is this Sunil asking us? He's asking us to define creativity. And we are trying to find words. We are trying to find words to properly phrase them and define creativity. Allow me to make it very clear to you. Creativity definition has 3 words. And those 3 words, the first one is imagination. The second one is invention. And the third one is innovation. Simple. Easiest way to define creativity. Create 3 verticals under the word creativity. First level, imagination. You need to imagine. What do you mean by imagine? If you see something you've always seen, it's not imagination. If your mind is thinking what you've already thought, it's not imagination. So imagination is getting your mind to dig into the discovery mode. That is imagination. So imagination, but then you don't stop at imagination. If you stop at imagination, a lot of us imagine, right? But we don't move forward. Why? Because we imagine and we leave it there. We need to transition imagination into invention. And that transition is what defines you, defines your ability to innovate, defines your ability to be creative in life. So you imagine, you invent, but then don't stay there. That's your first level of success. So your graph has gone down and then there's a plateau. It's gone flat. It's not moving up further. Why? Because you stopped at invention. You said, I've done this. I've done this most unique thing in life. I've become a LCIP. I've become an international trainer. I've done this program that was most successful. Fine. Congratulations, my dear friend. But what next? Don't stay at innovation. Don't stay at invention. You need to move further, and that comes the third level, which is innovation. So for us to better understand, collaborate to innovate is to define collaboration as an activity where more people are connected with each other. Each one interdepends on the other. Each one is as important to other. Both of them have open minds. Both of them are willing to work together. Both of them are willing to learn together. And both of them are willing to put their thoughts together. That is real collaboration. And coming to innovation, not just imagining, not just telling yourself, I want to be this. What's the point when you say, I want to be this? You need to transition from I want to be this to I must be this. And when you get into what you are, a lot of district governors in Lions, you know how strong their appetite is to become a governor. You all know the kind of money that people spend to become a governor, the kind of effort people spend to become a governor. Fantastic. I'm not talking about spending money is fantastic. That urge in you, that zeal in you, you know, you're not willing to give up. You're willing to go and do everything possible because why? You want to become one. If you say, I think I can become a governor versus I want to become a governor and you become a governor, that's level 1. But now I'm talking about level 2. You become a governor, so what? You become a governor. What else is it that you should do now, which you haven't done before? And that comes the stage of innovation. So this is very integral to our subject of today when you talk about collaborate to innovate. So, dear friends, so what is collaborative innovation then? It refers to a situation where a group of people like you and us, you and me, right? We are a group here on SkillUP series. We are typical. Yes, of course, we can't be the same. We come from diverse backgrounds. We are different backgrounds. Our expertise levels are different. Your level is different. My level is different. You're perhaps better than me in your experience level or expertise level. And yet what happens is when we work together on new ideas, new concepts, new designs, new processes, that's when the real collaborate to innovate actually comes into place. I hope I made it clear. So the ball starts with your mind. The entire subject of collaborate or innovate has its foundation in the mind that we drive. I always ask a question. In a lot of programs that I do you drive your mind or does your mind drive you? Now, think about it again, a pause moment for you. Do I drive my mind or is mind driving me? If your mind is driving you, you're getting driven, dear brother. You're getting driven. If you are driving your mind, you're the master of the game. What do you want to be? What do you want to be? You want to be living by default, or you want to be living by design? If you want to be living by default, then let the mind drive you. You're not going to be going places. You're depending on your luck. But if you really want your skill to come out with results that you're very proud of, people around you see you grow up, evolve into a better being, then you need to be ahead of times. You need to be that proactive guy. You need to be that person who's driving your mind, not allow the mind to drive you. So that's living by design. And I call the mind game as a place which is on a phrase called lunatic fringe. I don't know how many of you have heard about this before. Phrase called lunatic fringe. An element of lunacy is required, particularly for the adults, particularly for the senior adults. You need to become a child as a senior adult for your mind to help you think beyond. Sunil Kumar has been a lion for a long period of time. As a Leo for more than 12 years, I've learned my lessons. I've seen different shades of lionism. 1971 is 54 years away. 54 years ago, many people who are members were not born. That's the time I embraced lionism. I was a Leo, and my leadership development started there. And the first lesson I was taught is to keep your mind open and mind active. Keep your mind open and keep your mind active. Some of us have open minds, but we don't have active minds. Some of us have active minds, but we are very rigid. You have already decided you don't want to change it. Every time you debate, you speak from your point of view, not willing to empathize the other point of view. You're very active. Your mind is very active, but it's not open. So both are integral. Open mind, active mind, engaging mind. So in that scenario, when I talk about lunatic fringe, it actually means we need to go there. We need to go there, and that's the place which will help you think different. Now, today it's the norm of innovation. Now, when I say it's the norm of innovation, I have a straight question to every one of you, or a statement to every one of you, because we either come in the middle-aged adults or we come into the seniors category. We are not kids. We are not young people. Most of us are not young people. Our mind may say we are young, fantastic, but still by age. So what is the characteristics of the categories of people and their ability to think? The big challenge today with grown-ups is they are slow to innovate. Who are grown-ups? Those who've come off their youth age. Maybe those about 25, 30. Because before 25, 30, your mind was very active. You were ready to think beyond and you were innovating. But what happened? You slowly got getting settled in life. So the big challenge with grown-ups is they are slow to innovate, but still the ability to innovate is present in them. I repeat, the big challenge with grown-ups is they are slow to innovate. They have the ability to innovate, but they are slow to innovate. So they have to be pushed to think differently. A little push, they will start thinking differently, and that's where they get onto the lunatic fringe. Comes the second category. The big challenge with middle-aged adults, 50 plus particularly, is they don't innovate. Now, what's the difference? They are slow to innovate. The next level, they don't innovate. Now, the don't is what? Don't comes, I don't want to innovate. I don't want to get into an innovation mode. Now, when I say I don't want to, it's a question of my willingness. So here, the big challenge with middle-aged adults is they don't innovate, which means they can innovate. Remember this, they can innovate, but they don't innovate. So that willingness in them is missing. Now comes the third level. And the third level is perhaps some of us or most of us. The big challenge with seniors is they cannot innovate. So the first level is there's a category of us who are slow to innovate. There's a category of us who don't innovate. And there's a category of us who can't innovate. Now, what's the difference between these three statements? Why is it that I cannot innovate? It's because I've stopped innovating. When I stopped innovating, I lose my ability to innovate. That's what happens to many of us, doesn't it happen? You've already thought about a point and you don't want to think differently. So, as a result of which, you've lost your very good skill to innovate. You've stopped provoking your mind to think differently. And this is where comes the challenge of innovation. And when this challenge of innovation comes, you need to break it. You need to break the glass ceiling, like we say. You need to break this mindset. How can you break this mindset? Provoke your mind to get back that ability from can't innovate, maybe can innovate. That can only happen when you work in groups. That is the time collaboration enters collaborative innovation. Most important for all of us. By ourselves, by each one of us, we will not be able to think differently, no matter how much effort we invest. Sitting in isolation, you get forgotten. Sitting in isolation, you will also not be able to think differently. But if I sit with you, I have a drink with you, maybe I start slowly coming out with new thought. Doesn't it happen? You know, I'm not talking about classmates. I'm talking about glassmates. I've seen a number of glassmates. 5 people, 5 glasses. You know what's in the glass. I don't have to spell it out. Dr. Kshitij Sharma is here. He knows what's in the glass. And 2 rounds of glasses go up. Then, my God, your mind is so well. And that provocation can never be a self-provocation. Maybe sometimes it is self-provocation because you're pushed to a corner. But when you're with a group of people who are interdepending on one another, I repeat, who are interdepending on one another, who are collaborating with one another, who are ready to learn together, who are ready to accept the other person, who are ready to even find learning from a novice speaking. Well, I think that is the beauty of collaborate to innovate. You have some great ideas. I must start respecting those ideas. I have some good ideas. You must start feeling that these are great ideas. Now, when we put both of them together, that's the celebration time. Collaborate to innovate comes into play. Let's take the example. All of us have gone through LCI program, LCIP. Some of us call ourselves LCIP graduate. Or we say, I went to LCIP program. Now, LCIP graduate is right. You don't have to say, I went to LCIP program. Program is already a part of LCIP. Like a lot of us say, sir, where is your GAT team? I said, what do you mean, where is your GAT team? Look at how little the guy is thinking. He says, sir, where's your GAT team? I said, what do you mean GAT team? We are already a team. We are a global action team. So why are you saying, where's your global action team? When you say, where's my GAT team? All you're trying to say is a global action team. So already you're a team. You're a global action team. So now these small little references I'm making to is only to convey to you the power of thinking together, the power of learning together. And this power of learning together and thinking together happens when we sit on such tables called SkillUP. We are sitting on tables called SkillUP. One of the first tenets of this table must be, I come to this table with an open mind. I come to this table called SkillUP with a very clear mindset that I'm here to take home some good learning. I can't be enjoying SkillUP. A lot of us cannot enjoy SkillUP. If we come here and say, hey, I know it all. Ye banda jo bol raha sabhi janta hu main. I know everything this guy is speaking. Or perhaps he's opened up a Google, he's reading from there. Now, the moment you say that, who's the loser? You. Not the guy speaking. Not the guy who's talking about it. So, this is the most important aspect, that when we go to a LCIP, we go to a ALLI, we go to an FDI, what happens is the provocation happens. I talked about provoking your mind. is when all of us team up together. I've done a number of LCIPs, and I could see what kind of a transformation takes place in a team between people. And that transformation doesn't come because somebody's sitting alone. That transformation is happening because there are more people sitting together, more people debating, more people discussing, more people interacting, more people challenging the status quo. When I say challenging the status quo, you are not saying, why should I do it? You are saying, why not? You are using more of why nots than why, right? You're not willing to accept what was accepted yesterday as right. What was accepted yesterday as right may only be a reference point. Today it must have changed because we are in an evolving world. Every one of us is chasing an evolving goal in life to be somebody better than who I have been before. And as trainers, I believe this opening of what I have tried to share with you is something that we all must try and take a deeper look. I repeat, I ask you to take a deeper look that how can we overcome our unwillingness? I talked about unwillingness. So we are all capable of an excellent innovative living, especially because we have the opportunity of collaborating with people who are your friends, your colleagues, co-learners, and all of us, by working together, can overcome that unwillingness. Now, what happens when you overcome that unwillingness? You will overcome your inability to hone your skill. Hone means sharpen your skill or to regain the skill. And this is called externally induced learning. I give it a phrase called externally induced exciting living. This is not coming from you. You may be the best of people, but this is coming to you because you've decided to collaborate with people in trying to arrive at a better form of learning. And it is this learning that actually propels the desire in us to start thinking differently. So I must conclude by once again mentioning this here. I hope, nagaRAJU, I will be on time with another minute, is to again repeatedly tell ourselves that I cannot not innovate. I cannot not innovate. Number one, first rule of the game. Number two, to innovate, I need to get onto a lunatic fringe. Number three, I need to be externally influenced or induced or provoked to think differently. And that external influence is in the form of a collaborative environment I've created for myself by sitting with people who are learned people, by sitting with people who are interactive people, by sitting with people who may learn a little more from me, by sitting with people from whom I can learn. Now, this is all something that works very well for all of us to enjoy our working together, enjoy the collaboration, and at the same time be very happy to say, I have been a successful innovator. What is your thinking? What is your thinking? What is your thinking? The beginning or an end of innovation? Now, if you ask this question, is my thinking the beginning of an innovation, or is my thinking the end of an innovation? Now, let me answer with focus on end first. When I think what I have already been thinking, when I think what I have already been thinking, for me, it's the end of the innovation. But when I think what I have not been thinking before, for me, it's the beginning of innovation. And the only way, or a better way, I would not say the only way, I would say the better way for me to be thinking what I haven't thought before is by an external influence that must prevail on me and influence my mind to blow out. You know, we talk about a technique that we often use in a training classroom. It's called brainstorming. Now, it's a great example of collaborate to innovate or collaborative innovation. Brainstorming, very powerful technique for all trainers. Maximum number of ideas in the shortest possible time. We say when somebody gives you a crazy idea, don't say no to it. Because the moment you say no to it, that person's mind may stop giving you suggestions. Somebody may give you 2 stupid suggestions, but because the mind is freewheeling, you're still encouraging the stupid guy. Third time, that stupid guy comes up with a brilliant suggestion. And that's the quintessence of brainstorming. So brainstorming is not to stop ideas coming from people. And when everybody works together, sits together, thinks together, and brainstorms together, then you can see a beautiful design called collaborative innovation. So let's all collaborate. I'm ready. You must be ready. Let's meet more often. Let's do things that we haven't done. Lions Clubs International needs us. We are a part of this organization. We need to better our positions. When I say better our positions, I'm not saying move from one to a higher position. I'm saying let's be better performers. Let's inspire more people. I believe that's our task, that's our duty, that's our responsibility. And if we have to bring this organization to a level that there's a lot more excitement, a lot more relevance to young people, then we need to collaborate. And collaborate is I depend on your thought, you depend on my thought, I depend on your skill, you depend on my skill. I depend on your approach, you depend on my approach. We are working together. But then once we do that, we can't just be doing that. We need to move a step forward to make things better. And make things better is to innovate something that doesn't exist, to bring in relevance to an irrelevant situation. A lot of situations in Lionism are irrelevant today. How many times I keep telling people, don't address the head table A to Z and spend 2 minutes on it. But yet, every single speaker, after hearing it 500 times, will still go, because the way you salute, it's called the salutation. Salutation is only to be done by 2 people, the president and the key speaker. And the rest would only say, the protocol is established, ladies and gentlemen, and continues. But then people don't want to change. Now, these kind of examples that I have shared before you are only to illustrate the fact that when we are together, all of us take home better living, better training, better thinking. And don't you forget, training begets training. The more the trainer you are, the more the learner you are. And the more the learner you are, the bigger the beneficiary you are. All the very best. Thank you very much. And I hope I've done justice to the subject given to me.
Thank you, Past International Director Sunil. That's the power of a powerful talk. How inspiring, insightful this talk has been. I think everybody has watched him talk on this important and relevant topic to all of us. And I told you already that Sunil is one of those trainers in our multiple district in our country and in our association whose legacy is not limited to either one district or one multiple district. It actually transits across to all districts and all continents, rather all constitutional areas. He also, I think, influences not only just Lionism, but various other industries as well, especially the travel industry. I would like maybe the next 5-10 minutes we have for some question answers. I think Past International Director Sunil can stay with us for another 5 or 10 minutes. So I request those who want to ask any questions or would like to leave a very short, brief comment. So I invite you, Professor Damodar.
Let me congratulate you heartily on your outstanding initiative, completing 49 sessions in 2 cycles and launching a third one titled SkillUP 3.0. I don't want to use the word 3.0 today. Showcases your exceptional leadership and dedication. As a remarkable motivator, you excel not only in Lionism, but also in teaching English. If you remember, we had the privilege of collaborating in Mysore on designing an innovative English syllabus for Telangana. So your creative teaching methods and tireless efforts to motivate Lions and educators alike are truly commendable. For me, it was really inspiring and educative to listen to 2 esteemed speakers. I say collaboration fuels innovation. In our Chaitanya Deemed University, we have 10 innovations due to collaborative research. So this collaborative research is a proven catalyst for increased innovation. It drives innovation by merging diverse perspectives and expertise. It consistently generates a greater volume and diversity of innovations. Collaboration brings together individuals with a different background, skills, knowledge, and experiences. This diversity sparks unique ideas and challenges assumptions. Ideas from one field or discipline can inspire breakthroughs in another when people collaborate. Complex problems often require knowledge beyond any single individual. Collaboration pools expertise for more robust solutions. So team members can critique, refine, and build upon each other's ideas, leading to stronger and more innovative outcomes than individual work. So collaborators help identify flaws, risks, or overlooked opportunities that an individual might miss. Working together often increases engagement and commitment to making an innovative idea succeed. So, as demonstrated by you and your work, bringing together lines and educators, collaboration consistently generating a greater volume and a diversity of innovations. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Damodar. Thank you very much for those additional inputs that you've given us. Professor Damodar, maybe some of you may not know him, is a very active lion as well as Vice Chancellor of a university. And we worked together on one or two projects. So maybe if you have any straight questions or maybe very brief comments, others also may join us. Prakash has raised his hand, right, Prakash?
Prakash.
Yeah, what is the difference between teamwork and collaborative? There also we find the more product with the teamwork. Here is the innovation.
Teamwork is a form of collaboration. It's not a collaboration in entirety. Teamwork also requires interdependence. Teamwork is more people working together. Maybe in teamwork, your ability to think is limited in the sense the task is predefined and all of us are working towards to accomplish the task. But when you talk about collaboration and with an open mind, then you're free to redesign the task and perhaps enhance it further. So teamwork is certainly a part of collaboration, but all collaboration, when you start defining, cannot be merely restricted to teamwork.
Thank you very much. I just would like to narrate one of my recent experiences. So I have taken up mental wellness awareness program on a very large scale in my district this year. And I began by inviting some 50 prospective trainers, So all of them, we sat together. We did a lot of brainstorming, like the speaker has just suggested. So we began by brainstorming and generating lots of ideas and consolidating on those ideas. We created a curriculum, and the curriculum is again designed by all of us together. And we have the curriculum ready now. We have started approaching schools and colleges already. Some 20-25 schools and colleges have been addressed, and we have reached about 3,000 to 4,000 students till now. So this has been a success story already, and this is a beautiful example of how collaboration can successfully lead us to invent bigger programs and lead us to success. I think there is a question from Sheikh Mahbub ji. Do you have a question? Lion Sheikh Mahbub? Yeah.
Sir, Lion sir, so nice to meet you again for the second time. I have met you in Hampi, schooling of Jetsis and RCs. And I'm so happy. Sir, my question is, sir told that collaboration and innovation. In collaboration, can I use the word one brain with two hands and more brain with more hands?
Why not? Why should you limit your thinking? The biggest, we don't take advantage of certain words because we want to define the word as it is prescribed in the Oxford Dictionary. This is a problem with many of us, especially those who are traditional. We get into content and we are not willing to transform that content to a relevance level. We are all taught in every LCIP to be diverse in your thoughts as well, not merely diverse in working with different categories of people. Now, this comes from the fact, and when I say challenge the status quo, it is like the long debate the Egyptians and the Greek had long time ago. Is the world round, or is the earth round, or is the earth flat? Now, for ages, it was one thought, and it prevailed for a long period of time till somebody came and said, no, this is not the right thinking. It's changed. So mind has to, that's a simple example I can give. A lot of us get stuck to a scientific version of a content, which sometimes may be right. I'm not denying it, but I will not buy it if it's not relevant to me. So we start becoming a trainer, not to speak your language. Speak the language they want you to speak, right? Take the approach they want you to take. You may be right, absolutely right. I'm not denying that. But if you speak the language that you think is right, but the other guy is not accepting it, that collaboration is missing. What happens when you're a trainer with 20 people? Remember, when 20 people in front of you and you're speaking with them, it is a strong collaboration of thoughts that you must bring to surface. So when you talk about limiting your definition of a word to what you think is the only result, I think you need to expand your thought. And that's a little bit of creativity that comes into your culture of living, right? The word Sinek Simon, you must read his book. And he says, start with why. It's a fantastic book, one of the best books I've always referred to, Simon Sinek. And the title of his book is Start with Why. Because we don't want to ask a why question. We only want to follow what is told to us. But why should I do this? Okay, everybody says you do it, but why should I do it? The moment you get into the why aspect, your mind starts giving a new definition to the presumed thought you had before. And for us to break away from the presumed thought is real innovation. And this can happen better when I'm sitting with a group of people, when I'm learning with a group of people, when I'm mutually learning. And that's where collaborative innovation comes in.
Thank you, Sunil. Anil has a question. Dr. Anil?
Recently, we had a very good example and a success story about the collaboration. According to me, the collaboration should not be restricted only to the Lions fraternity. We should collaborate with the experts from other organizations also and the various sectors also. Thinking on this line, we had a series of meetings because if you see every day in a newspaper, you will read that right from OTP sharing to digital arrest, all those cyber crimes are happening all over India and everywhere. From that angle, we started thinking and we implemented a good idea of cyber security awareness program we undertook as a collaborative effort with the experts, those who are not lions.
These concepts are situation neutral. They can be applied to any situation area. And the concept is work together to innovate.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Misban, do you have a question? Misban?
Yes, thank you so much, nagaRAJU ji. First of all, I want to thank Sunil sir for the wonderful session. I agree with him completely about starting with your why, because I personally believe that success isn't as important as intention. For example, a thief can steal and be successful, but the intention behind the stealing is not a good one. So intention is very, very important. My question to Sunil sir is, how can a team overcome the challenge of unequal participation where some members are more engaged than others? Because some people may be gifted with wisdom, but they are not gifted with the articulation. So they cannot articulate their views in a proper way. Over to you, Sunil sir.
Very good question, Ms. Ban. I love that question. When we do training, I have spent almost a lot of time, maybe more than 2 decades in a program called Train the Trainer. That's been my favorite. And my goal was very clear. In 3 days' time, there's got to be a transformation. Without transformation, you're a failure. A lot of trainers don't ask a question. They only say, how good was my presentation? How good were my PowerPoints? How good was my humor? How good were my stories? But that's only 50% of the story. 50% of the story is how much are my people transformed from who they were to who they are. We call it terminal behavior. Terminal behavior is a behavior that has to be witnessed about your audience at the time when your influence on that person comes to an end. You're on an influential position as long as you're speaking to that person. But once that influence position ends, what is the behavior? Is there a behavioral change? We call it performance conditions criteria. You must be remembering those 3 words. Now, why I'm giving background to this question is to address you on the fact that when we look at our audience, we have 2 categories: homogeneous, heterogeneous, right? Now, you are asking a question that people are not equal. People come from backgrounds that are different. People have capabilities that are varying. Somebody is highly skilled, somebody is low skilled. Somebody is highly creative, someone is dull. Someone is talkative, someone is an introvert. Now, this is the kind of an audience you expect everywhere. Not just clients. Even when you go on a professional training, you would come across this. So what you do is, how do you help the person? Who's your target? At that point of time, you should ask yourself a question: who's my focus? Everyone's my focus, but my bigger focus is on that person who's lying low. I need to make him or make her grow a little bit more. So as a trainer, as a coach, I now trainers also becoming too outdated. We've been using the word coach for a couple of decades now. Now it's taken over the word trainer. You must be a coach. Not enough if you're a trainer. Not just you're a teacher, you must be a coach. So that hetero group I'm talking about, people with different skills, your question, people with different knowledge backgrounds, people with different capabilities. What you do is, collaboration is an excellent opportunity. So you make a person who's more talented, more skilled, more capable to team up with a person who's less skilled, and that collaboration between 2 of them will surely bring in a lot of value to your entire objective, where you are helping someone with a low skill enhance the skill position. So that's where collaborative roles that you make people play. I repeat, collaborative roles that you make people play as an instructor, as a trainer, as a coach is what is more important. In fact, it's much more important that you don't talk about collaborative innovation merely from a workshop point of view, merely from an industry point of view, merely from workers in a factory point of view. You talk about collaborative innovation between 2 people who are there as your students. And at that point of time, your only focus has to be, I must enhance the level of the person so that, and that transformation addresses the terminal behavior I've been talking about. That transformation addresses your performance, your conditions and criteria of acceptable performance. That's what it is, Ms. Bin. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunil. Ms. Bin, if I may just add 1 or 2 sentences to that. So the very quality of collaboration, the very component of collaboration is a variety, inclusivity. So people think differently, people are differently capable, and all those abilities, high and low, must be together. Sometimes the dumbest people contribute the best ideas. Anyway, coming back, we will extend the meeting by 5 minutes, please. Uttam, your question, straight question, please.
The first question is, actually, how can we bring that innovation in sustainable way? Do you believe in that in Big Bang theory, or making that or bringing that innovation in continuous
Innovation way? Itself is sustainable. Innovation cannot stop. Innovation is continuous. What is innovated today can become obsolete tomorrow. Innovation cannot stop. So the very word innovation has sustainability inbuilt into it. What was once the first time a color TV from a black and white TV, you said it's a fantastic innovation. But today that black and white TV which turned into a color TV has also become obsolete. Today you're talking about 20 different levels of innovation that have happened. So innovation is itself sustainability. Innovation is not a pause. It's not an end. It's a continuous happening. Now go ahead with your second question.
Yes, second question is, which role has bigger part? I mean, the purpose-driven path, or emotion-driven part is more important?
I got your question now. Will my emotion happen? Will my innovation happen because of a purpose? Or will my innovation happen because of an emotion, right? Is it purpose-driven or is it emotion-driven? It is both. It can be purpose-driven. My purpose is to achieve something I haven't achieved, right? Running a mile under 4 minutes. It's a long story. I can get into that. I don't want to get into that at this point of time. But that was both. I had to be a winner. That was the purpose. I have to beat a record. That was a purpose. And I must do it. That was the emotion. Sarji Bubka, have you heard about him? Sarji Bubka. Why is Sarji Bubka so popular? He's a pole vaulter. Why is he a pole vaulter? Why is he remembered as a pole vaulter? Why are the others not remembered? Because he got the world record 36 times. So what? You may say a lot of sportsmen have broken many records, but his record was not beating you. His record was beating his own record, right? He always bettered his own record. He did not better your record. He did not better my record. He did not better somebody else's record. That was emotion. I must do better than who I am. The purpose is to innovate, but a little bit of that very strong urge in you can make a big difference.
Thank you very much, Sunil. We have International Director Nazmul Haq and immediate past International Director Lion Babu Rao. I request both of you to say a few words to close. Lion Nazmul, International Director.
Namaskar, nagaRAJU ji. I was just thinking a couple of years back during the COVID, how this collaboration transformed to innovation. You remember, you started with Sunil Bhai. You remember, you have initiated us instead of sitting idle, let us refresh all the faculties. And nagaRAJU Bhai, you have taken the lead, and that today you can see what you have done today. Actually, I was in the board meeting. You can say that we had a orientation for the first year directors from 5:30 till 8:30 in the evening. Then I saw your small note in the WhatsApp. There is a program, and I think I cannot miss that. Just to say thank you for inviting me. I just say a few little words that what I believe I have learned from the Sunil Bhai. The collaboration to innovate is not just a phrase spent. It is a powerful philosophy in the world now. In a world driven by so much of complexity and rapid change, no single mind can hold all the answers. I think the innovation happens, we bring together so many diverse talent and perspective and experiences. When we collaborate, we move beyond competition and isolation. We create space, shared ideas, and some collective growth. I think Sunil Bhai what was saying. That is why I said, whether science or business or community service, I think collaboration is needed. We have to work together. You can see, you have Sunil Bhai, you referred that some of the books in James Collins, Good to Great. We have so far been good boy, good work to have done. The time has changed. We have to be great. Friends, thank you very much, nagaRAJU Bhai, inviting me. And I was thrilled. I was listening each and one of you. The questions, so many talented, so many innovative questions also. I learned a lot. I think in future also invite me just to listen your program. I hope if you are not in guest, I'll be definitely with you. Thank you, Wasang, everyone, for giving the opportunity.
Director Nazmul. Thank you very much. We would like to have you as the chief guest at one of the future episodes of this program. Then, immediate past Director Babu Rao, would you like to say something?
సార్ నమస్కారం. మరి ఇప్పుడే సునీల్ గారు నేను కలిసే ఉన్నాము. 9 o'clock నేను బండికి నన్ను వెళ్ళిపోమన్నారు. ఆయన పొద్దున్న నుంచి ఉన్నాం కదా, మీరు వెళ్ళిపోండి అని చెప్పారు. చాలా బ్రహ్మాండంగా. మరి సునీల్ గారు లేట్ వచ్చాడుగా, నేనైతే ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఫస్ట్ నుంచి చూశాను. చాలా అద్భుతంగా, మరి ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ గారిది కానీ సునీల్ గారిది కానీ చాలా అద్భుతంగా ఉంది. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.
Thank you, all of you. I invite Shaina Jailat to give a vote of thanks and also tell us about her own presentation the next week, the next fortnight rather. So this is the various episodes that are lined up for this year. So we have finished the 49th, and the next one is the 50th, which is going to be presented by Shaina Jailat, and she will tell us about her topic. Shaina?
Yeah. Thank you, nagaRAJU, for this opportunity. Before I propose the vote of thanks, I'd like to give a small intro to next week's session. Jeff Bezos is known for saying your personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. And building a personal brand, whether we're a trainer or as anyone, is very important, especially if you are going to be out there inspiring, motivating, and influencing others. So I invite you, everyone, to join the session on the 21st of August. It will be building your personal brand as a trainer, and I hope you'll enjoy it, and also to share the news with your fellow colleagues and Lions. Moving on to the vote of thanks. Firstly, on behalf of everyone who's here, I'd like to thank our International President, AP Singh, for making the time and effort for being with us. PID Sunil Kumar, a powerful session as always. Hello from Sri Lanka. Powerful session as always, and we won't expect anything less than that. Thank you to nagaRAJU for keeping this going. It's not easy to keep something sustained for so long. I think this is also a good example of collaboration, innovation through collaboration and innovative collaboration as well. And thank you to all the leaders, fellow LCIP members, all Lions, everyone who joined this program on this learning journey, and I wish you all a good night. Thank you.
Thank you, Shaina. Thank you very much. So as I've already told you, so this is going to be on the 21st August, again, another Thursday, 2 weeks later. So we have lined up all these programs every alternate Thursday. As I told you, there are quite a lot of applications that have been received. And in case possible, and if show continuous interest and if the attendance is good, so we will have additional slots included a little later for the time being. So this is the structure of the future episodes. So this is my mail ID and this is my mobile number in case you have any comments or in case you have any suggestions to improve the quality of this program. Please feel free to let me know, and I'll be very happy to receive your feedback on this program. Thank you very much. The program ends here, but I will allow you to say hello to each other, and I'm allowing you to unmute yourselves. Perhaps we can be here for another 5 to 10 minutes, and anybody can say hello now.